Hello. This is not very good because my first recording fucked up because the mic was too loud and it was peaking. Anyways, hi. This is a new series I'd like to do where I will go over sort of a monthly kind of recap of all the games I've been playing, interesting things I want to talk about, but I couldn't really fit into a big video. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. The first game I'd like to talk about is SMT Imagine. SMT Imagine was an MMO released by Atlas. And I say was because they took the goddamn game offline. And then they struck down the fan service that was holding it, which is so annoying. I don't get why MMO devs do this. If you're not gonna put up the game, why strike the fan servers? It just pisses me off. But that's enough ranting for today. In SMT Imagine, you get to create your own character and move through the world. And, pick up demons, your average SMT stuff. But it's really cool in this MMO style. The models are so good, and it feels really good to play your own creation in a Kaneko world, you know what I mean? The story is neither here nor there. I don't really care much for it, I'll be perfectly honest. But the gameplay is so fun. It's a little repetitive and simple, so I don't play it all that much, but it's really good. I actually speaking of gameplay, I did kind of get carried a little bit by my friend, which, it's the average MMO experience. If you're watching this, thanks, Nia, but you know how it is. It's a really fun game, and I don't really have much to say on it, but it's just fun. It's cool to be an SMT. I like dressing myself up. Here's a little collage of all my different outfits. Onto something a little different. This is Creeping Terror. Creeping Terror is a 3DS game published by Experience Inc. on the 3DS. You take the role of a group of friends as they go into a spooky abandoned building. At least I think that's what happened. It's been quite a while since I played this game. I only came back and finished it recently, but it's good. I really like this game. It's a really good game. I just sometimes have a pretty bad attention span. I won't lie. It took me a couple months to finish Isomnium. Ugh. Which might be a hint to a future video. Looks up in the sky wistfully. But anyways, the gameplay in Creeping Terror is actually really cool because it has this whole kind of chase mechanic from other games where, a monster will spot you and you have to run away. But on your way, there are these little pieces of rubble you can trip over if you don't have your flashlight equipped, which I think is a really interesting mechanic. You need to balance the flashlight batteries with the need to see the rubble coming at you. Ultimately, though, it makes for a really rewarding experience, conserving all your different materials while not being too hard. It is a very easy game. But it does provide some challenge. The monster design is pretty cool, if not a little simple, because it is not... I think it's M-rated over here. Despite being a not very adult horror game, it's still pretty fun. I would honestly recommend it for people that are obviously I wouldn't recommend it to little kids, but I don't know, if you had a 14-year-old, I could see them playing this as their first horror game, because it is pretty good at what it does for being a simple story. There's multiple endings, although I haven't got all of them because I didn't really feel like it. I will go back and get them, obviously, but I might save that for when I try and do a full video on it, perhaps. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I have too many ideas, to be quite honest. Speaking of games that took me way too long to finish, Yomi Undernauts. Yomi Undernauts is by Experience, and it tasks you as the role of an undernaut. These sort of futuristic miners, these sort of futuristic kind of demon miners that go down underground into this demonic hell and mine the organ out of the environment. The game plays out like your kind of average RPG, but one of the cool factors is the amount of customizability and everything. You can customize the sprite you choose, you can customize the name, your bit of a description. You also get to choose your class out of a list of class, and there's so many skill points to go through that it's crazy. It's really good. It's the most adventurous and like choice-filled RPG ever, which is funny because the story is very linear, I suppose, as well as the gameplay. A lot of it will play out in one way. There's not really many endings, but the whole like choices you get to make for your character are really, really brilliant, and I'd like to see more games adapt this, yet at the same time I understand that it is kind of hard because not every game is going to have this many classes. The gameplay, while being your standard RPG fare, is honestly really fun. I really like battles in this game, and there isn't that many, honestly, which made it all the more fun when I get to actually try them. The special mechanic in this game is the whole charge system. There's these charges you can do. Neuro... I don't remember the rest, I'm a little drunk. But there's charges you can do, each doing different. Neuro, over, and Dura. Dura charge makes your defense go up crazy, as well as healing you at the end of the turn, and preventing any status ailments. Overcharge makes your skills be the highest level they can be, and cost nothing, and Neurocharge makes sure you act first. Each of them has their own uses depending on the situation, but I did find myself falling into using a lot of the same. Since I'm singing such praises, you're probably wondering why it took me so long to finish this game, and well, there's a reason for that. This final boss is so damn hard. It took me like a month. It took me like a month to beat the final boss. A month of struggling. I got there in the end, but the funniest part is there's more game. After you beat the final boss, there's 4 more post-game dungeons. It's ridiculous. I still have not beat it to this day, which is why I have not made a video on it. Because if I had beaten it, I would have absolutely made a video on it. Because this game is amazing. It's so good. But I suppose that's all I can say for now. The music is really good. And the bosses and enemy design is really cool. And Lucy's cute. Yeah, that's all I have to say. For now. Ba ba ba. Now, this one, Gungrave Gore. Well, there's a lot to talk about here. And I mean a lot. Jesus Christ. This game has some of the best FMVs I have ever seen, and some of the worst cutscenes I have ever seen. Joe, roll a clip. What did he say? James, roll a clip. Sorry, I don't wish Joe Rogan. I don't know if it's obvious. But this game has really fucking good CGs, really good cutscenes, and the worst cutscenes you have ever seen. My lord, these are horrible. But the game is so good. It's bad, but it's so good. It is literally like a PS2 game. It is the modern PS2 game. It is the modern equivalent of a PS2 game, and it's the fucking best thing ever. I could not think of anything better. Gungrave Gore I picked up on a whim because I remember me and my friend, we walked into the store and I saw this game. I looked at it and I was like, wow, this game looks like it came straight from the fucking PlayStation 2. Lo and behold, it's a sequel to an old lost PlayStation 2 game, which I may play at some point, although I'm not sure. Gungrave Gore, on the other hand, is brilliant. I'm barely into the game. I haven't got that very far, but I've had so many laughs from this fucking game that I can't even count it. It's funny. It's funny. It's good. It's, what do the kids say? It's peak. It's peak. It's so good. It's, you know how people say PS2 was the best era? This is that PS2 era personified. It reeks, it smells, it tastes, it feels, it touches, I don't know, just like a PS2 game. It is perfect. It is perfect. It is one of the worst games I've ever played, and yet, in the same breath, it is one of the best games I've ever played, and I cannot wait to play more. I'm serious. This game is horrible, but so damn good. So onto the final option of the list. Bleach. I had never watched the show before. I obviously had heard spoilers from Naruto and One Piece, but I had never heard anyone talk about Bleach. I'd never once heard anyone talk about Bleach. I think maybe once I heard someone talking about the women are hot, but whatever. I had never heard anyone talk about Bleach, so I went into this show completely blind. I knew literally no spoilers besides the fact that Ichigo is the Soul Reaper, and that's it. I never heard anything else about it, and I came out stunned. It was so good, so good, so good. I will not lie to you in the slightest. For the past fucking month, all I can think about is Bleach after I watched it, because it's so good, honestly. I sat my ass down and watched all the episodes instead of reading it like a pussy, and it was so good. Johnny Young Bosch is the best fucking cast ever. For those who don't know, Johnny Young Bosch is probably one of my favorite VAs ever, but that's beside the point. Johnny Young Bosch's Ichigo is perfect. Literally fits the character perfectly. All the voice cast fits perfectly, honestly. Although I'm not a big fan of the Kenpachi recast, because I think that Kenpachi's originally voiced fits the jokey kind of atmosphere more, but I don't really care that much. So the voice is good. It's not bad. It's a good voice. It just misses that kind of jokey aura to him, if that makes sense. What was I talking about? Anyways, Bleach, so good. That's not in the actual order. If you tried to ask me to like order these in an order which makes sense, I would kill myself.
I could not. They're all so beautiful. And there's one of my favorites as well. I really like Gigi and Totoro, I think that's her name. I like Basby. There's a lot that I like, but it's hard to get all of them. I like that one guy, I'm forgetting it now. That one guy that's like, Nino, little Nino. He's really funny, but I forget his name.
Yeah, I really like this show. For the past couple months, it has completely obscured my mind, taken over my mind. I don't know what else to say. It's taken over everything. It's really beautiful. It's a beautiful story told all with this beautiful art and just beautiful. It honestly feels more like a seinen than the shonen. I think this is the blueprint for all seinens to come. Just with less death and gore. But honestly, it's a really good show. But, branching off from the show, let's get on to the other Bleach-related things I've consumed for the past month. So, on to Bleach Brave Souls. Bleach Brave Souls is pretty good. It's your standard kind of gacha game, but it has some pretty cool gameplay and ultimates. My favorite is Toshiro's ultimate, where he fucking rizzes you. Oh yeah, the gameplay is really cool. There's kind of ultimate raids. It kind of reminds me of an MMO in the funniest way. Moving on from the MMO aspect, there's the whole upgrading characters thing and the gacha thing. That's pretty stereotypical, pretty standard. Meh, I don't care. Although, the one thing I do care about is they haven't given me any damn Rukia! I love Rukia, she's my favorite. But they haven't given me any damn good Rukia. The only good Rukia I have is the one I picked myself out of one of those choose your own banners. It made me pretty pissed off. But moving on from that, there's something else. This thing has taken up so much of my damn time that I'll never get back. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm chill with that. I'm pretty cool with that. And it's a fucking Roblox Bleach game. Peroxide. This game is way too damn good for what it is. It is a Roblox Bleach game, yet I can't stop playing it, unironically. The game is so good. You can choose whichever one you want to be, a Soul Reaper, a Quincy, or a Roncar. But on this account right now you're seeing, I'm actually a Quincy car. Sticks my finger up in the air. I'm actually a Quincy car, which means that I can use Quincy-like abilities while getting Roncar buffs. Because I went through all the process of getting an Roncar beforehand and reaching level 100. But it's really cool. This game has a lot to offer. It's a shame it's a Roblox game with a misogynistic fan base. It's not too bad. I can still play the game. It's not as bad as other games where being a woman will get you team killed and stuff like that. But if you can ignore the harassment, ignore the hatred, ignore the vitriol, bigotry, whatever word you want to use, it's a really good game with really good mechanics. And it's brilliant for a Roblox game. I play Peroxide like every day. And there's so many good things. Right now, I'm waiting for the Fullbringer update because I know it's coming soon and I want it to come faster. I want it to come faster. That's all I want. Please bring out Fullbringer. There's also other Bleach games I've been playing, which I'll link with some clips of now. There was this one Wii fighting game, and the only way I could play it was by rebinding one of my controllers so that flicking the stick resulted in a Wii control, like a Wii swing motion. And oh boy, that went well. Excluding that, there was also a DS game which was pretty cool for the most part, yet the story mode was really annoying because you had to go back and like do specific actions to unlock the next story mode action, which I thought was really fucking stupid. I said freaking right there. Please excuse my swear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Excluding that as well, we also get to meet my favorite character, Red Ichigo. Red Ichigo is one of my funniest fucking things ever. Like, why the fuck did they just make him red? Why not include white? He was an important character later on in like the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Who cares? Anyways, if you've made it to the end of this, I'd like to thank you. But seriously, I really do thank you so much for taking the end of this. If you enjoyed videos like this, please leave a like. I do plan to release one of these a month, but if you guys hate this and you think I should die or something like that, then I won't make another video like this. You know, whatever. I don't care. But if you guys do seriously like this, I will make more because I care about you guys. Thank you so much. If you like the video, leave a like on the video. But if you don't, and then die. Whatever. Bye bye. Bye. And epic. What do you kids say nowadays? It's like, it's freaking, it's keen.